All right, hi everyone. Today we're going to be going over past tense, and it's actually the past tense of the verb to be. The past tense of the verb to be. So the problem with this is it's not regular and it changes depending on the person, okay? So for regular past tense verbs and even irregular past tense verbs, most of them, it doesn't matter. So you can say I cleaned, she cleaned, they cleaned. It doesn't matter, right? Everyone, all the people use the same verb, which is easy. But for the verb to be, it changes depending on the person that you're talking about. Okay, so actually, we're going to take I and move it down here. Like this, all right? So the two groups of people are you, we, they, and then he, she, it, and I. English is stupid, right? English is stupid. So that's why. Okay. So you, we, and they are going to use were. You were happy. Let's do this. You were happy yesterday. This is past tense of to be. So today I am happy. I am fine. Yesterday you were happy. You were happy. You were fine. We were fine. They were happy. Okay? So if it's he, she, it, or I, then you use was. He was sad. Let's do this. He was sad. She was sad. It was sad. I was sad. Okay? So in the past tense, yesterday, last week, last year, in Mexico, on my vacation 2 months ago. If you're using the verb to be, you have to use was or were. So you, we, and they use were. He, she, it, and I use was. I was. You were. He was. They were. It was. Okay? You can do that. You just need to memorize it. Now, the good thing is that in the negative, this is a little easier. So to make this negative, all you have to do is put not after. You were not happy. We were not happy. They were not happy. She was not sad. She was not sad. Okay? So to make negative, you do not use for to be, you don't use didn't. You don't use didn't. No, 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 no. Okay? For to be, was and were, you just use not. You were not. It was not. Okay? That's how you make it negative. Now we're going to practice. Okay? We're going to practice. Are you ready? All right. So we're going to practice. Okay. So where was Tim on Saturday? Do you see the picture of the house? So that's the answer. So where was Tim on Saturday? The answer is going to be Tim was at the house, at home on Saturday. On Saturday, he was. So we're using was because we're talking about Tim, right? He was at home. All right, where were Julia and Nancy on Sunday? On Sunday, they, Julia and Nancy, were at the park. Where were you and your family? So look, it's a bunch of people, many people. Where were you and your family on Monday? On Monday, we were at the movie theater. We were, not we was, no, we were at the movie theater. Where were the boys on Tuesday? You see where they were? On Tuesday, they were at the swimming pool. They were at the swimming pool. Where was Melanie on Friday? Here's the place. She was at the restaurant on Friday. She was, not she were, no, she was at the restaurant. Okay, so we're going to answer these questions and then say the correct sentence. Okay, was Tim at the park yesterday? So here's Tim. Here's where he was yesterday. Was he at the park? No, he wasn't. So this is the contraction for was not. This is the same as was not. So this is negative. No, he wasn't. He wasn't at the park. He was at the movie theater. Oops, that's wrong. It should just be W-E-R-E. Were the boys at the swimming pool on Saturday? Look, were they at the swimming pool? No, they weren't. They were at home. So this is the contraction for were not, the negative past of to be. They were not. They were at home. Was Melanie at home on Monday? Was Melanie at home on Monday? No, she wasn't. She was at the park. Were you and your family at the cinema on Sunday, at the movie theater on Sunday? No, we weren't. We were at the restaurant. No, we weren't. They weren't at the movie theater. We were at the restaurant. Right here. Were Julia and Nancy at home on Wednesday? No, they weren't. They were at the swimming pool. So you're going to use were because it's Julia and Nancy, they. All right, so now we're going to make negative sentences. And before we do that, let me go back to show you the contraction. All right. You were not, right? Were not. So you can make a contraction and say this. W-E-R-E-N apostrophe E. So you say it like this. Weren't. 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 Say the T on the end, okay? Okay, so that's the contraction for were not, weren't, was not, wasn't, wasn't, wasn't. So was not, the contraction is wasn't. Okay, so those are the contractions to make it negative. So you can say you were not happy. That's good. You were not happy. Or you weren't happy. They're both okay. All right. You only need to pick one. You weren't or you were not. They're both okay. So if you like, if it's easier for you to say, she was not sad, that's fine. You can say that. She was not sad. Or you can say she wasn't sad. She wasn't sad. All right, let's go back. We're going to make negative sentences. All right, so Tim, are we going to use was or were for Tim? Was, right? He was. So, and then we're going to make it negative. So Tim was not at home yesterday. Tim was not. You can say was not or wasn't. Tim wasn't at home yesterday. All right, let's do the next one. Remember to pause the video if you need to, so that you can have time to finish. Julia and Nancy blank at the park on Saturday. So for Julia and Nancy, are you going to use was or were? Julia and Nancy weren't at the park on Saturday. My family and I blank at the swimming pool on Tuesday. My family and I weren't at the swimming pool on Tuesday. Melanie blank at the theater on Friday. Melanie wasn't at the theater on Friday. She wasn't at the theater on Friday. The boys blank at the restaurant on Thursday. The boys weren't at the restaurant on Thursday. Here are some questions that we're going to ask about you. Where were you on Sunday? Where were you on Sunday? I was at home. I was at my apartment. We were with my family. Where were you on Sunday? Where were you yesterday? Where were you yesterday? These questions are easy because all of us are at home right now, right? Maybe you can tell me the room in your house. I was in my kitchen. Where were you this morning? I was on the street. I walked around the street. I was outside. I was on my patio. Where were you on Saturday? Where were you on Saturday? I was at the grocery store. I was at the doctor. Were you at home this morning? Were you at home this morning? Yes, I was at home this morning. Were you at the restaurant on Saturday? Were you at the restaurant on Saturday? No, I wasn't at the restaurant on Saturday. No, I wasn't at the restaurant on Saturday. Were you at the park yesterday? No, we weren't at the park yesterday. We weren't. Me and my family. We weren't at the park yesterday. Were you at the cinema on Sunday? Were you at the movie theater on Sunday? No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't at the movies on Sunday. Were you at the swimming pool on Friday? Were you at the swimming pool on Friday? No, we weren't. No, we weren't. The swimming pool was closed. No, we weren't. The swimming pool was closed. Okay, good. All right. So that is past tense was and were. I want you to practice a little bit. I will send you some things so that you can practice at home. All right. And if you have any questions, you can call or email me. I'll put my information. Nope, this way, right here. Okay. I'll put my information right there, and you can call or email or text me if you have any questions.